anyway. Back to it.
Yep.
So this is part of the grind anyway.
Are you strong enough to survive the trials?
I don't know.
What don't you know?
He just asked, are you strong enough to survive the trials?
Oh.
I don't know.
Creature must die. Not ready yet. My power grows.
My power grows.
Oh, that's a lot frozen.
Oh, frozen! Run away! God, this guy won't die. There he goes. I killed him. It's better. Me?
Man, this one sort of opened up just enough to be like there are 8 million
Right?
elites.
Where are you?
I haven't. So like we moved a little bit to the left, and I haven't moved since because I've now killed 6 elites.
Oh, fun.
Need more time.
That was just a crazy number of packs all in one little area.
No good drops.
No. I mean, you're not gonna get anything worth anything until we
Yeah.
start running on Torment. Hey, look, another one.
Oh, arcane. I helped. I killed one of them. Oh, that's probably at the other end.
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
No, it didn't.
Are you just talking to your character?
No. Who does that?
Arcane power.
Just making sure.
Still waiting.
Who? Maybe I need arcane. Maybe I should use one of my spells that generates that. That might be useful.
It's our first like actual half-open rift in
Right?
a
Forever?
long time. Conduit.
If only they could see me now.
Nice. Time when conduit is still a good thing. Oh. I think that's the stinky part, is that the clones don't follow you into the next floor.
Yeah, but at least the conduit still does.
That is also nice.
If only they could see me now.
Oh, just a little bit further. Oh,
The Rift Guardian has arrived.
hey, perfect.
Found the Rift Guardian. Oh, it's the butcher.
The butcher.
Is that your effect? That
I
prison?
need healing.
Yep.
Yay, he's dead. Did not drop anything good. I mean, some death breath, but some forgotten soul. I guess that's
I am
nice.
returning to town.
Gotta start getting that at some point.
But 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 So I just finished rewatching How I Met Your Mother. Great show.
Your skill has grown.
Yes, yes, thank you, Auric. It's great. Nope, I didn't get anything. Just confirming that. Ooh, the snake shoulders. Those are fantastic. By fantastic, I mean they look really cool. Oh, better weapon. Got a better weapon.
Woo!
Which just means I need to put a dingleberry in it. And Templars can only use one-handed weapons, right?
They can only use, yeah, but they can't use like wands or things.
No, I know that, but they can just use, they can only use one-handed.
Correct.
Appropriate.
And they also can't use specialty one-handers like the mighty weapons.
Oh, right on. Okay. My staff. Looks cool. What am I getting rid of? Attack speed or cooldown?
Cooldown.
Getting rid of or keeping?
Getting rid of.
Now comes the fun part. There it is. Yay. So, should I be putting in emeralds now?
I mean, I guess it depends if it is it a two-handed weapon or a one-handed weapon.
That's two-handed.
I think an emerald's better.
Let us see, because I just got a marquee emerald, so...
Because like it'll increase your list damage by more.
Yeah. Okay, so right now I'm doing 33,000. Put in the marquee emerald, I'm doing 39. So I'd say that's a win, right?
Yeah.
Right on. Right on. There's a hymn there that I want to sing, but I'm not going to.
What's the DPS on the weapon you just equipped?
1,380.
Because you should probably just make yourself a weapon.
Oh,
Because the weapon that I just crafted has a base DPS of 1841.
weapons, weapons. La, la, la. The hallowed scepter.
I mean, if you're looking for pure damage, like the staff is going to be.
A two-handed, just a staff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just the staff. This doesn't, well, I guess I have to take the emerald out, right?
Yeah. Well, and base DPS is different than like, you know. Is your guy the highest level?
What guy?
Like what level did you just craft?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. You're right. That's always helpful. I wasn't paying attention. Thank you.
Because like the staff you should be trying to make is the exquisite. Oh my God, word. Caduceus? Caduceus?
What? Douchey? What are you talking?
Caduceus.
Why? Well, it helps if I was
Caduceus.
looking at the right thing. Exquisite. Oh, that is a word.
Told you.
That is a word. Okay. It's better.
I'll try to get one with intelligence on it. First one I rolled did not have intelligence or a socket.
Oh,
So
well,
you
that's
should
not helpful.
craft one that either has intelligence and a socket, or intelligence and some stat you can roll off to be a socket.
I don't have a socket. So cooldown reduction, I guess, is what I'm getting rid of.
Yeah.
No socket. Keep rolling. It's so much fun. Oh yeah, there's a socket. Good call. All right, let's see what I look like now. I love these shoulders. I think they're fantastic. Because they look like, because they're snakes. They're snake heads. I don't get out a lot anymore. I feel like I look cool. I feel confident about how I look now. Not color-wise, but I'm not so concerned about color. Are you ready? I'm mucking around. Maybe I should
Ready.
look at my skills. Arced lightning. So I always do the forked because it releases the charge bolts in random directions, dealing damage. Surge of power. I'll try that. You usually use disintegrate, don't you?
Yes, because it pierces.
Oh, and so that does more damage?
Not necessarily, but it does more total damage because you're hitting more than one critter at a time. Oh, I'm not using a sight. Damn it.
What are you using?
Nothing.
I like to just get rid of all the flashing things because it drives me a little crazy. I'm using teleport and wormhole. I think I'm going to stick with my... Ooh, the mammoth hydra. Is that better? Or use
I
a
mean, it's
river...
one little Hydra head instead of 2 or 3.
Oh, it's the... Yeah, where it's just like the river of flames.
Yeah.
Then there's the frost. I'm going to stick with my blazing hydra. Meteor is such a blizzard. They're such fun abilities. So, okay. I have played these characters. I mean, these characters, meaning I've played wizards. What is the benefit of magic weapon?
Interesting. It's a flat damage increase. It's a multiplicative flat damage increase.
Hmm. And the familiar?
Same thing. Although the familiar comes with other advantages. Like the only familiar that I really have ever used is the one that increases your arcane regen.
Hmm. Just gonna keep my storm armor for now.
But a lot of the reason why those abilities, you see those abilities in builds a lot, is because most builds are single ability builds, and so you're just using them to fill in the rest of the abilities with things that just pump your damage. Or allow you to fight for longer. Or defense.
Hmm. I like chain reaction and explosive blast. I like cooldown reduction. Power hungry. Signature spell, unstoppable anomaly. Dominance. La la la. Okay, I'm gonna carry on. Carry on! Which is another great song. I mean, it's another phrase in a good song, I guess is what I should have said. Are you ready?
Yep.
Onward and upward.
Unleash your power, champion.
And so while leveling up to 70 isn't super glamorous,
This will be a good battle.
remember what that ability does. Just more spread out. Oh, arcane. I don't want to be near that.
Conduit.
Yeah, that's always nice. Tree was in my way.
I am so good. I astound myself.
She's so confident and sure of herself.
I didn't think I could get any better.
So what I like about the that rune on explosive blast is that it does more consecutive blasting than just one blast.
Oh, there goes.
Goes what?
Conduit.
Those enemies just seem to run into the tree. That was weird and funny. I liked it.
Fences are nothing.
Oh my gosh, my follower just does so much damage. It's ridiculous. You know, I wish more riffs were in like the Fields of Misery.
Yeah.
It's kind of obnoxious sometimes. Okay, so video game question. You just bought some video games, didn't you?
I did.
What video games did you just buy?
Mostly they were games that were on my list for a long time that I've just been waiting
Your wish list?
for the sale. Yeah. So I picked up Doom Eternal, which is a sequel to I mean, I suppose technically it would be a sequel, but it's also kind of a remake to the Doom game that came out in 2016, I
I
think.
need arcane power.
That's very much a departure from current day FPSs, because Doom was mostly known for, aside from being like the father of modern shooters,
The way
was
out's over
mostly
here.
known for having finite health, armor, and ammo. So like in modern shooters, if you get hurt, generally you just sort of like find a corner to huddle in until the blood drains from your eyes and you're fine. And in the current Doom, and in Doom just in general, you had a set number of health, and then you had to find, if you took enough damage, you had to find like health packs in the world.
We need more arcane power.
And so that's one of those things that's sort of decidedly different. The other is that it's very difficult and very fast-paced. It's a game that rewards very fast-paced sort of action and thinking and killing. And so it's far more advantageous to, you know, jump off a ledge, shotgun the guy in the face, jump over him, rocket launch or something on the other side of the room, whip out your chainsaw the Caco demon right in your face, and it's like it's all about moving very quickly. Because if you stand still, you die. Just because of how much is going on, and so it's definitely a sort of volume over. It's a quantity versus quality of enemies sort of situation. And so like it isn't unheard of that every encounter is 100+ enemies,
I must
and then it's just a matter of figuring out strategically where the best place to be is to perform all of the neat movement kills that you can.
Where did everybody go?
I don't know. I'm right here.
Oh, he just was in the other room.
But that's been on my wish list for a while because the first one was so good, and it was just such a good. It was a game that knew very clearly what it wanted to be and what it needed to be, and did it very well. Like there was a story, and you didn't have to pay any attention to it. But I enjoyed the story. The gunplay all felt really good. Like the whole game just felt good, which for a shooter is very important.
Did you get all the things that you wanted to pick up?
Yeah.
Well done, champion.
Power grows.
And so I'm actually excited to start that one sooner rather than later. Because it's just one of those games that it's like, for as difficult as it can be, I have never thought it was that difficult, because it's like you just have to keep moving, and it forces me to sort of think outside of my normal routine of, find cover somewhere and snipe, because you cannot do that.
Yeah.
But as long as you keep moving, like you're fine. And it's just very satisfying picking up a very large gun and just gunning down a bunch of demons.
Oh, yes.
And that's all that game is, and it doesn't try to be anything else, and it does it very well.
Demon killing is great.
Because a lot of the problem with shooters that have tried to clone that is they try to like introduce funky mechanics, and it's like, at the end of the day, I don't want to have to think about this. I just want to pull the trigger and things explode on the other side of the gun. Like and that's what it does, and it does it very well. And then the other game that I picked up was not Pillars of Eternity. I'll think about it in a second. Hold on. Oh, Divinity Original Sin 2.
Sorry, Isabel laid down and made a grumpy noise. It was funny.
Oh, grumbly dog.
She's a grumbly dog.
Divinity Original Sin 2, which is an isometric RPG, like actual role-playing game, turn-based.
Why is it
fantasy?
What asymmetric? What is
RPG.
that? I mean, I know what that word means, but how does it relate to the game?
So Diablo is an asymmetric. It's just the view. It's just what you're seeing. So it's third person asymmetric.
Oh, okay.
So like Diablo is an asymmetric game. Isometric. I think. One of those words. But yeah, and so it's one of those games that's very heavily RPG, and so it's like you make your characters from the ground up. You decide their skills and their abilities and their weapons, and
oh, cool.
And the game is very story rich, and so you're role playing as some character in a world, and it got super good reviews when it came out, and the multiplayer apparently is really good, and so I'm actually probably going to play that with Baby Sean's at some point.
Mysterious beasts have been sighted on the lands bordering. These hunters are curious.
I think I'm finally to a level where I'm killing stuff easier. Easier? Hey, man. Just making up words. Why not? Shakespeare did it. Gosh, why is it just like innovative and art when he does it, and I make up a word and you're like, that's not English. Why
The real
not?
question is how many people do you think got grumpy at Shakespeare for doing that?
Oh, at the time, probably all of them. That's not proper.
Like, that's not a word. What does that mean?
Shakespeare, why isn't it a word? It should be a word. I made it a word. That was a weird rift already.
No.
Not a lot of enemies concentrated. It was a dead end.
That was an empty room. There's
And
like
here's
three
the end
more
of it.
things at the end, yeah. That was...
Kind of disappointing.
Yep.
Uh-oh, goblin room.
Oh yeah, there they are. You ready? Let's go.
Get them here. Running off.
Oh, come on. Here we go. I think we got all of them.
Did we? I thought a couple ran away at the top.
Oh, there's two up here. Oh, there's four up here. Oh my god.
Heal me.
Sort of over
Need more
in this sort
time.
of random area.
I'm gonna die.
Well, get out of there.
I don't have my teleport. Did you get him?
I got one. There goes another one.
They're such little farts.
I think I got that one.
I don't have enough arcane power.
There's one more over here.
I got one up here where I am. I'm up by the entrance. That's where I chased one of them.
Alright, I got one.
That was fun. Goblin rooms are fun.
Alright. How many did we lose? I think we lost 3 out of that
Oh, that's not bad.
huge group. Not bad at all.
Mm-mm. Nice way to stock up on parts and stuff.
Yeah.
And books.
Including gem books. Oh, that's so good.
Right?
So we're gonna have to do that at some point.
Right. Do bounties to get gem books. We've all been there. We all know what that's like.
Getting gem books.
Right? Did you get anything good?
No. I do need to go to town to spend blood shards though.
Just had to get out of that.
Okay.
Are you going to town?
Yep.
I don't think so.
Not ready yet.
Stuff that jumps on me.
I didn't actually drop that much stuff.
No,
Got a lot of gems and a lot of books. Like, I'm actually okay with this. Oh, and an axe. That's way better than what I'm using. Oh god, hold on.
Like 7? I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 8 books. 8, at least for
I got 3
a
gem books.
blacksmith.
That's really good.
How many? Oh, you got 3? I got 3 too. That's great. Okay. He's leveled up. Oh, I got a necromancer offhand.
Nice.
Do you need a necromancer offhand, honey?
Like a legendary?
No.
Well, then no.
Oh, that's not what I want to do. It's like, why can't I equip that?
It's a great way to start off the gem collection. If you haven't already, you can sell off all of your old
Right.
gems.
I haven't yet. Have not. I did start reading this morning. I didn't finish it yet. I'm looking forward to finishing this article. This opinion piece in the New York Times by Pope Francis.
I saw the breakdown of it on Reddit earlier.
Yeah. And especially with the Supreme Court decision, it's like, really? Like, now's the time for that? To go against science? And I got nothing. I mean, yay, religious freedom?
Sure.
Yeah, because you absolutely need to go to church right now. You can fight me. I'll still say no.
Well, they're not going to make money anywhere else, so.
Well, no.
Oh god, I forgot to do friggin' what I originally went home for.
What did you originally go to town for?
To spend blood shards.
I did not.
I did not.
Lo siento. I'm supposed to be freezing you. Why aren't you freezing? Thank you for dying. Guess I just thanked an enemy for dying. It was great. I need to cast you there.
I didn't think I could get any better.
She's great. I didn't think I could get any better. She's surprising herself. Actually, she says it in a more of a sarcastic way, like, please. Please.
I will enjoy this.
Did you find an elite? Oh, there he is.
It did.
Still waiting.
I am running away from this elite. A little bit. Hate those things. Follow. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to finishing that read. But I've said it before, I'm pretty sure I've said it before on our stream, that I think Pope Francis is the best thing to happen. If I could teleport, that would be amazing. Okay, that's not teleporting anywhere, so cool. Anyway, Pope Francis is the best thing to happen to the Catholic Church since Jesus, so. Jesus. That's an inside joke. The way we say Jesus. It's from a Paula Poundstone show.
That was so bizarre.
Right? It's great. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, because she's a comedian and she's playing to the room and playing off the room in the middle of nowhere, Wyoming.
Yup.
Are you coming?
No, I'm still killing crap. What are you doing?
I'm going to the next floor.
There's like this whole entire area we didn't go through.
Fine. I'll come back to you. I'm actually frosty.
Did you say frosty?
It did. I'm a little chilly. Got the chill.
Well, it's a crappy time for a conduit. Okay, now it's time to move on.
Wait a minute. You just said we had this whole area that we had to do.
Yeah, I really thought that was bigger than it ended up being.
Oh, that was fun.
What crap is that?
I didn't even mean to do that. That was
I disagree.
amazing. Amazing.
Disagree.
Amazing.
Hey, there's my first legendary. It's a Vax, something Vax, some.
Yes, that's super descriptive. Thank you for sharing.
Exactly what it's called. Oh God, stop touching me.
How does that feel?
Oh, those rats? I was like, what is that? They were rats. Are you doing any damage?
Haunt of Vaxo.
The what to hole?
The Haunt of Vaxo. Some shadow clones that aid you when you stun enemies.
I have an elite over here. Ah, no, I'm trapped. I just used my teleport.
I'm just warming up.
I'm just warming
The
up.
Rift Guardian
Oh, of
has
course, and the Rift Guardian just spawned right on top of me. Perdition? Uh-huh.
Need more arcane power.
We get him?
Yep.
Except that crusher over there. Nothing good.
You have very strange expectations.
I know I do.
I am returning to town.
What else is new? Oh, excuse me. Mm. Okay, so we had talked about
Your skill has grown.
Doom and the other game. So those are games you just bought because they were on your Steam wish list, and there's the, was it the fall sale?
Yeah.
Fall sale. Did it just start?
Yeah, well, yeah. Like
Yeah.
earlier in the week.
What games are you looking forward to?
Cyberpunk.
That's pretty much the game everyone is looking forward to.
Yep.
And he's extra excited because his day off coincides with the release of the game.
Yeah, it worked out perfect and completely unintentionally.
Which is nice when that stuff.
Yep.
Because you've never taken a day off for the release of a game before, have you?
Yes?
Because I know you have.
Well, the only game that I ever have was Diablo 3 because we wanted to play together.
It's true. That was fun. Oh, I can put that in my cube. I'll put those boots in my cube. Because they offer me life regen, which is great. Great, great, great. So I
See this dog
do...
here?
What?
So you see this dog here?
Which one?
0.
She's super cute. Hi,
she
super
was-
cute.
She was laying on her rope.
Oh, like a little pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you super cute, girl? You are.
Done barking at random things.
There we go. Boots of disregard. Yeah. How you doing, sweet dog? Oh, now Isabel's here.
Isabel's.
So yeah. So we have 2 dogs. Zero and Isabel. Hi, sweet dog. Zero is coming up to say hi to me. I see her ears. Oh, there she is, her snoot. Hi, sweet babies. How are you? Did you have a nap? Were you napping? Yeah. They're both lady dogs. Some people think with the name Zero that, for whatever reason, that it's a boy. I don't know why you associate that name with a boy, but why we have to gender it anyway, right? Anyway, and yes, she is named after Jack Skellington's dog in The Nightmare Before Christmas because she was our first puppy. Do I smell good? I know. I will pet your tummy. How's that? And I put a list together of a whole bunch of celebrity dogs and dogs from movies and TV and hi, thank you. Oh, thank you. And Zero was the only name we could both agree on. Correct?
Yep.
And I had a lot of names, and he didn't like any of them. So that's how we got Zero. Yeah, that's how we got her name, cute babies. She is a black and white border collie mix with short hair. Just the primary reason that we selected her from her litter. And then we ended up with Isabel, so I don't know what we were thinking. Isabel is a cattle dog. She presents as a cattle dog, like when you first see her, like, oh yeah, I see that. So she's a cattle dog, Casened, which is like a giant Pomeranian. Cattle dog, Casened, and a Samoyed. Like the smiling Sammy, which she absolutely looks like when she pants.
Yeah, she's all about it.
Oh, bugs. Bugs and poison. Yeah, and they're both 7. And I was joking about fur earlier. Isabella has a longer coat, a longer double coat. What is going on here? Just quit hitting me, jerks. Killed it. Killed you too, maybe. I think you killed it. But yeah, she has a double coat.
My knowledge increases.
Yay, my knowledge increases. She's super hairy. She's getting her winter coat in right now, so it's like dog hair city.
Dog hair city.
Like all the time. Oh, we got a shrine.
Yes.
Where's my follower? I didn't get a follower.
It's interesting that I haven't quite figured out what it decides is close enough.
Well, come over here because there's a shrine.
Because there were times when you were much farther away that you got it.
Yeah.
I'm here.
You good?
Punch it, Chewie.
Well, it helps when I'm trying to teleport into a corner.
Pretty sure my guy just cast Land of the Dead like 3 times.
What? That would be awesome. I want to cast that 3 times. Are we going the right way?
Yeah, the exit's right here.
Let's pick up this death breath over here. Oh, I just teleported away from the exit. Oh, good. Underground tunnels.
Oh, did you go through already?
I did.
Well.
I'm just seeing if I'm actually killing stuff. I don't know that I like this rune on my electrocute.
Which one is it?
Yes. Oh, arc lightning. Blast a cone of lightning that deals 310% weapon damage as lightning to all affected enemies. I just don't, I'm not feeling it. Yeah. Is that
Oh
0?
God, I was not paying attention.
What happened?
Yeah, she's rolling around and grumbling on her bone.
Oh. 0?
Yeah.
You dare attack me?
Oh, jerk. Pestilence.
See me now.
So yeah, so those are our girls. They are too smart for their own good some days.
Need more time.
Okay, most days. Oh, those guys with the fireballs.
Time to go.
I need arcane power.
To the next level.
Kabbalist's trial.
Kabbalist.
I am so good. I astound myself.
She's so sure of herself.
The Rift
We had 2 right there. That was nice. Oh, sure. So the Rift Guardian is going to show up right at the beginning of an open rift.
Right.
I disagree. Saxtress. La-di-da. Back to town. I'm at 66.
I'm at 66 as well.
Well, I'm about I would say almost 3/4 of the way to 67.
Yep. Pretty close.
Did you turn it in?
I did not.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had to go pick up blood shards. You could turn it in. What are you doing in here?
I always turn it in. I didn't want to transmog it. I want to add a socket.
Game 0.
So, what are your favorite differences from Diablo 2 to Diablo 3? Like things that you like about Diablo 3 that were not in Diablo 2.
The ability to not absolutely destroy a character through bad skill choices.
Right? Because like
in Diablo 2, they eventually added it in, but even then, you could only respec 3 times.
that's crap.
And so if you were bad at the game and didn't understand the skill choices, you could literally get to a point where you couldn't play the game anymore because you just couldn't progress. And I dislike that because it makes it sort of restricts a lot more of what the game could be.
Mm-hmm.
And it means that to be efficient at, you have to follow sort of a predefined path, and I think that's incredibly boring. And it's, especially for a game, like, at least the biggest difference I feel is that in Diablo 3, like, yes, there's pretty predefined paths, like the sets sort of dictate to you like what skills you need and what runes you want. But it doesn't hide that behind a wall of false choices.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in Diablo 2, like, it gave you that illusion that you had a lot of choices, but like at the end of the day, if you wanted to not be useless, you had to take very specific abilities and items.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like that. Plus, I like the ability to switch up playstyles on a whim.
Right? Like, I like that too.
Because
I definitely felt like, because I was just starting to play like Diablo 2 when it first came out, I just really starting to play video games again. At that point in my mid-20s when it came out, I feel. Early 20s, like 23, 24. And I was so clueless and didn't necessarily understand how armor, correlated with your skills and stuff like that. And so, like, I mean, I still feel like I'm still learning about that, but I definitely know a lot more. But this game, Diablo 3, definitely gives you that flexibility to change things up. So you're not like, once you put a skill point in your skill tree in Diablo 2, like, that's it. Like, you're done.
Yep.
Yeah. And so, like, the way this system works is much more, I don't know, it's much more versatile, I think.
Well, and it at least gives you some sort of freedom to experiment. Because, like, in Diablo 2, if you wanted to try out a build, you had to make a new character and progress through the game to the point where you could actually, like, try out a build. And then if it didn't work, you just spent 50 hours leveling a character that's now useless.
Yeah. Yep.
Where it's like, now if I want to try out a different necromancer build, like, I just put on different armor and pick different skills and good to go.
Yeah.
So I definitely appreciate that. I do think that Diablo 3 sort of suffers from the same lack of variety that Diablo 2 had, that Diablo 2 claimed to have. And this has sort of been a Blizzard direction that they've been moving for a while, is sort of taking away options for more simple, for a more simplified system. And I think to some extent I understand why, but even if you don't need, sometimes that illusion of choice is okay. Because, to be fair, it is difficult to, if there were 100, if each class had 100 different abilities, like, it's incredibly difficult to balance them all evenly.
Well, and that's also what I like about Diablo 3, is that the variation in classes, like, so you can make different choices. Like, I can play the wizard, this season, or I can, start again and create a different character. And I don't know, I like options.
Well, but that's what I'm saying, is that in Diablo, in Diablo 3 specifically, like, if you want options, like, if you want to, like, actually push Greater Rifts, say, you don't have that.
Oh, right.
Like, really, you have to use, if you want to do top tier, you use whatever the best set is for that season, with the items from that season, and you can deviate ever so slightly, but not really enough to make any real difference.
Right. Well, yeah, because we were looking at earlier, like you were saying that, like, some low tier Rift characters this season look like they're wizards and witch doctors.
Yeah. Well, mostly just witch doctors. Witch doctors and, yeah. There's a resplendent chest here.
Oh, I'm fighting a elite.
Well, just check your map because I got a legendary out of it. And so I think that's a difficult thing to balance because I think it's very easy to say that Diablo 3 is worse than Diablo 2 because it removes your choices, and it's like, while you're not technically wrong, like they did limit your choices, they took out the ability to make a lame duck character. Which I think is better. Holy crap.
Apparently it's time to play. So saith the dogs. What you got, Zero? Did you get a toy?
And I don't really. The problem is that I don't really have a solution to that problem because I think that, like if they had added, like I would have felt better about Diablo 2's system if they added a way to easily swap out your skills.
So, are you saying though that you had more choices in Diablo 2?
You had a lot more choices. They weren't all good.
Well, how did you have a lot more choices?
Because each class had 3 skill trees, right?
Right.
And each skill tree had like 20 different abilities in them. Whereas this class, like this character, you can actively use 6 abilities. And if you were clever enough on Diablo 2, you could use every ability you had access to at the same time. Required some funky hotkeying, but you could do it.
I was gonna say. Oh.
And so this limits, I guess really what I'm saying is this limits the amount that you can actively use at once.
Oh.
Which I'm not saying is bad, I'm just saying it's different. But like my biggest issue with Diablo 2 was always, and will always be, the fact that you can break a character so easily, and it just sort of
is useless.
means that all that time you wasted. And you did get 3. They gave each character 3 respecs, and
Not ready yet.
I don't think that's good enough.
Right.
I think that's a band-aid on a problem that they never really addressed. Well, they did address, because they absolutely addressed it in Diablo 3, where they gave you the ability to swap between entire builds, like at the drop of a hat. And I think that's a much better system. But in turn, they also reduced the amount you had access to at any given time, which also isn't a bad thing because there is such a thing as having too much choice. There's a shrine up here.
Need more time.
There's such a thing as having too much choice, and then you don't choose anything. You sort of end up with choice paralysis. Or you put a lot of points into something that doesn't do anything. But I also think that's sort of a psychological thing, because I think that people like numbers. And so, like, having...
Your defenses are nothing.
No way to get this to... okay.
Oh, I found the way out.
People like spending, like, talent points is one of those things like people love having, even if each talent point doesn't do a lot. Having 50 talent points, like, people like that. It's a visceral.
But you don't feel that they
thing.
kind of compensated for that with the Paragon levels and the Paragon points?
No, I think Paragons was a phenomenal addition, and I think people really like that as well because it just gives you something to. But that's more of an end game issue. Because that gives you something to do after you
Right.
get as far as you can go.
Get to
And I've
level.
always thought that those systems were. We were actually talking about this yesterday. About EverQuest, which was one of the early MMOs like one of the first MMOs. I don't think it was the first, but it was one of the first that was like hugely popular. And in like their second or third expansions, they added a system called alternate advancement, which meant that any time after, cause I think the level cap at that time was level 70 or level 80. Once you hit maximum level, you could continue to gain experience and then use that experience for other things, like decreasing mana cost of spells, or increasing the amount of time a buff lasted, or and like they're like, you want to talk about choices, like their alternate advancement tree was, I mean, it was like 100 different things you could put points into.
Wow.
It was intense. This was also a game that was literally designed to waste time. It was like, if you thought leveling took a long time here, I remember playing EverQuest, and it would take you literally somewhere between 20 and 40 hours to hit the next level. Like hours of in-game time. Of sitting in one spot with a group, killing enemies.
How long?
Between 20 and 40 hours of in-game time.
Wow.
And this is sort of the early days of it. And this is why it was never, like, it was the nerds MMO, because like the people who played it were more than willing to do that. And I loved my time playing EverQuest. I enjoyed it greatly. I don't have that sort of time anymore, but and I can't imagine doing that today. But 14-year-old me had a blast. And also because it was very new, and that sort of overarching social experience of logging on to a bunch of strangers and who are all coming together to do the same thing is neat and revolutionary. But it was one way to keep people coming back, because suddenly you had this thing to do once you hit top, right? And so I'm curious to see what they're gonna do in Diablo 4.
Still waiting.
Because I can't imagine they're gonna get away from this seasonal thing, because that's been a bit staple for Diablo since Diablo 2.
I like it.
I remember playing seasons in Diablo 2. It's like when we did summer stock every summer, there's a group of about 3 or 4 of us that would start the season and see how far we could get in the 3 months. So I can't imagine that they're going to get rid of that system, but it's going to be curious to see what they do to keep people interested past max level.
Yeah, it already looks interesting.
I try not to pay too much attention to what it looks like right now.
Well, yeah, because the game has already probably changed a lot, and it'll keep changing. And even by the time it gets to beta, it'll still change.
Yeah, in like 2 years.
So that I didn't get anything better. Did I say that the scoundrel can only use a two-handed weapon?
The scoundrel can only use bows.
Well, Jason,
and
thank
crossbows.
you. I know that.
There are no one-handed bows.
You're so certain about the right course.
But there are one-handed crossbows.
That
And
are
he can
demon
only
hunter
use
only.
two-handed crossbows and bows. So
Right. And this goes back to when I said that the followers cannot use specialized weapons.
you're a specialized weapon.
Because, like, other characters can use bows and crossbows, but only demon hunters can use the hand crossbows.
Right.
Because it's a specialized weapon.
Oh, that's it. I fixed everything. All right, folks, we have come to the 2 o'clock hour, which is the end of our Saturday stream. And so that's all that we have time for today. We'll probably keep playing throughout the week, so who knows where we'll be. Probably, definitely, we'll hit level 70 before next week. But I hope everyone has a great week. Please wear a mask, wash your hands, social distance, and stay home. Play video games. I mean, that's what we're planning on doing, I think.
Yes.
So yeah, thanks everyone who tuned in today. Feel free, you can, chat us up. We like to interact with our viewers. And if you have questions, let us know. You can follow us on the socials. Obviously, we're on the Facebooks. This is where we're streaming right now. We do have a Twitch channel. We have a YouTube channel. We're on Instagram and Twitter, so you can follow us for updates and stuff like that. I've been getting better at the social media lately, so you can look for updates and stuff. For now, we just have the one show that we do right now is Pepper Plays. But if you're feeling, like you want to watch more, go to our YouTube channel. We do rewinds on Tuesdays and Thursdays where you can catch up on Saturday episodes or previous Pepper Plays, or we still have all of our Smash tournaments up on our YouTube channel. So if you used to play Smash tournaments at our business, then you can catch those on the YouTube still, because we like you and we miss that a lot. We miss that. Anyway, have a great week. We will see you again next Saturday. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.